Crab Rangoons, a Chinese-American influenced snack that comprises of crab stuffed inside a crispy wonton, or as I like to call it, a nice bite of heaven. You too can make a crab rangoon. There isn't too much that goes into making a tasty rangoon, so to start I take 2 green onions and slice them as thin as possible, and that's really it for your knife work. Not too bad, right? Next I'll grab 1 large bowl and add in 2 8-ounce blocks of cream cheese that are at room temperature, followed by 2 16-ounce cans of lump crab meat. I'm using just the claw meat, but you can use whatever meat floats your boat. Just an FYI, the amount of filling that I'm making makes roughly 60 to 70 crab rangoons. Then goes in your sliced green onions. For the seasoning, I added 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of white pepper, and 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. Use a rubber spatula and give your ingredients a good mix until well combined. Like this. Set it aside, and in the meantime, we need a dipping sauce, so I thought sweet Thai chili would be the perfect complement. This is a deliciously simple sauce to make. Obviously you'll need Thai chilies. I'm using 10 of them because I'm crazy like that. Next, roughly chop 2 red jalapenos, and let's just take a second to admire those knife skills, boy! Lastly, you'll need to crush 4 cloves of garlic, which, why use a knife when you have your fists? Oh geez, that shot across the room. Oops. Dump your chilies and garlic into a food processor, close the lid and puree your chilies until you have a consistency almost like a pepper relish, like this. Man, that just looks hot. Next, heat a saucepan on medium heat and pour in your chopped chilies. Now stand back and grab a gas mask because this stuff is potent. Fry your chilies for a few minutes until fragrant, and then pour in 3/4 cup of white vinegar and 1 cup of granulated sugar. Stir your sauce until the sugar has completely dissolved, at which point you'll pour in your cornstarch slurry, which is just 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 1 tablespoon of water. This is your thickening agent. Simmer the sauce until your desired thickness and then remove from heat. Pour the chili sauce into a mason jar and set in your fridge to cool. Now it's time to show you my secret technique to form these crab rangoon wontons. Just kidding, it's not a secret at all. So for this you'll need wonton wrappers, which you can find pretty much anywhere, but if you just have to have them like right now, then I provided a link to purchase them in my description. The first step is to wet all edges of your wonton with water. This will allow the wonton to stick together when you fold it. Next, I use a spoon and grab a scoop of my filling about the size of a pinball and place it in the center of my wonton wrapper. Fold the wrapper in half so you form a triangle and only pinch the top portion of the wonton. Next, take the sides of the wrapper and fold them towards the center of the wonton, forming a 4-point star. Pinch all the sides of the wonton so it sticks together, making sure to remove any pockets of air that may be trapped inside. Repeat this process until all your crab filling is gone, or you're simply just tired of making crab rangoons. Now it's time to fry these bad boys. I have a deep pot filled halfway with canola oil, and it's preheated at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Carefully lower your rangoons into the fryer, and depending on the size of your frying vessel, you only want to fry a few rangoons at a time. Otherwise, you run the risk of overcrowding the fryer, which will A, drop the temperature of the fryer too quickly, and B, your rangoons could end up sticking together, which is no bueno. Fry for 3 minutes or so, or until the rangoons are golden brown and crispy, and then remove them from your fryer and shake off any excess oil. Transfer them to a wire rack so that they can finish draining. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, you've made crab rangoons that are guaranteed to taste better than any Chinese takeout. You know what time it is. It's time for that crunch test. I mean, do I even need to say anything? Now, don't get me wrong, this is insanely good, but if you're a true lover of all things fried food, then you gotta see how I make my fried onion rings 2 ways. So click that video right there. And as always, stay hungry, my friends.